11th win, you lead the show, and that's what John Lackey was trying to do. Angels hosting the Astros. He's down, Astros down 4-1, but Mark Loretta, bases loaded, 2 out, full count, and it got over Gary Matthews Jr. head. 2 score. Lackey upset. It's a 4-3 game. This will upset him even more. Mike Lamb, 6th of the year. Lamb's batting .650, 13 RBI over his last 5 games. Astros take the lead. That's it for Lackey. 4 2/3, 8 hits, 6 earned. We go 7. This game far from over. Bases loaded, no outs. Chad Qualls. Angels down 9-4. Let's make it 9-6. Shea Hillenbrand. The base hit to left. That scores Vlad and Matthews. 2 batters later, runners on the corners, Eric Ibar. He goes chopped salad to right field. Howie Kendrick scores 9-7. You may have heard the Astros have had problems with their relievers. 9-8. Let's make it 9-9. Sean Figgins, high chopper. Ibar scores. Phil Garner. Oh, man, I've seen this too many times. Look at Qualls. Take that baseball and throw it out of the state of Texas, please, or the state of California, where this game was. 9th inning. Bases loaded, though. Hey, here, Houston, huge chance. 2 outs. Still tied. Francisco Rodriguez. I mean, Craig Biggio's a major league hitter. Francisco made him look silly. Bottom 9. Figgins, 5 for 5. You're kidding. Off Trevor Miller. Reggie Willett scores from first. Wearing his PF Flyers. Figgins, 6th hit of the game. And the Angels come back from down 9-4 in the 7th to win it 10-9, bottom 9. Figgins. There's only one reason to watch the struggling Giants. Barry Bonds chasing history in Milwaukee. He's got 7 homers against pitchers making their major league debut, and Giovanni Gallardo, he fits that bill. He's called up from AAA Nashville, where he went 8-3 with a 2.90 ERA and top 1, 2 out. And he walks Bonds with the curveball high and away. Bottom first, 2 outs. Prince Fielder, who Hank Aaron is more than happy to talk about these days, off Noah Lowry, 26. That's NL leading 26. Brewers 2-1. Bottom 2, 2 outs. Gallardo's first major league at bat, and in Michoacan, Mexico, they don't just teach you to throw the ball, they teach you how to hit it as well. He doubles. Ricky Weeks scores, and the Brewers up 3-1. Now it's Bonds, full count against Gallardo, and he goes fastball low. Bonds, 2 plate appearances, 2 walks. The young fella's smart enough. 3 batters later, and Gallardo says, I'll go after Omar Vizquel. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 Ks. We go top 8, no outs, 5-4. Derek Turnbull facing Bonds. And he grounds out to first, no damage. But we do have some damage in the form of the roof in Miller Park. It was closed. So if it's closed, what's the precipitation? How is it getting there? It's the champagne of puddles. Jeff Jenkins draws a walk, and he walks around the puddle to get to first base. Doesn't want to get his shoes dirty. We're going from puddle to pickle in the top of the 9th because there's 1 out. Runners at the corners. Francisco Cordero, usually reliable, and he walks Dave Roberts and loads the bases. And Gallardo saying, man, this one's mine. Let's not let it get away. Next batter, Randy Wynn, swinging. And the next batter, Ryan Klesko with Bonds on deck. And Cordero is caffeinated. 26 save and 28 chances. The Giants have lost 17 of 23. 5-4 is your final. Gallardo, first major league win.
John Maine on the hill for the Mets. Starting rotation struggled a bit recently, but he was throwing BBs Monday. Gets Jason Kubel swinging. Maine allowed just a run in a 7 1/3. Bottom second, still scoreless, Carlos Delgado. He's been scuffling recently, but this is career homer number 418, 11th of the season, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead. Jump ahead to the 5th. Carlos Silva has had trouble going through a lineup for the 3rd time. Opponents hitting .347 after facing Silva twice. Luckily for him, he had some genuine Corinthian leather behind him. Michael Kadire, running grab at the track. Luis Castillo. Oh, that's just silly. Behind the back for the force at second. And then look at Kubel. Getting the uniform dirty, helping out the ball club. That ends the inning. But no one can catch this. David Wright, he had 3 hits. Mets had 15 hits. Their most since April 19th. And the Mets go on to win 8-1 over the Twins.
Well, the Braves used to call Boston home, welcoming Boston to their home. Sox coming off the sweep of the Giants. Curt Schilling, 4-0, 2.32 ERA in his last 7 starts against the Braves. An effective past against them, but we're all about the present. Presently, the score's tied in the bottom 4. 2 on, no outs. Brian McCann off Schilling, and that's the 3rd straight hit of the inning. Scored Edgar Renteria. It's 2-1. 2 outs, same frame. Scott Thorman intentionally walks so they can get to Chuck James, the pitcher. And what's James do? He makes the blooper reel. Chipper Jones, whose first game off the DL, went 3 for 5, scored 2 runs. He scores. The Braves up 3-1. We go bottom 5, and this is Schilling's last pitch. McCann, 3 for 22 on the recent road trip. Said his dad noticed something in his swing. Well, father knows best. Schilling not at his best. 10 hits, 6 runs, and 4 1/3. He called his performance embarrassing. And how's this? Just his 3rd career start without a strikeout in 427 total starts. And then Thorman, no aloha for Kauai's Tyler Yates. His 9th. The Braves win 9-4. Mets, then Braves. It's got to be the Phillies then, right, Rob? Philadelphia, Cleveland. City's football team counting on Brady Quinn to throw strikes. And, oh, look at that. He lost his shoe on the first pitch. Cliff Lee putting his foot down. Top 1 after allowing 2 singles. He gets Ryan Howard swinging, and then he gets Aaron Rowan swinging. The Phillies stranded 10 in this ball game. Bottom 2, 2-0 Cleveland. 2 on for Kelly Shopping. Cole Hamels gives it up. Hamels 7-1 in his last 9 starts. Went just 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 earned. Shortest outing of the season. Shopping 16 of 29 in his last 5 games. It's 5-0. And then Howard, off Lee. You know, of his last 25 hits, 12 are homers. Lee's only mistake, though, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. And then Rowan thinks he's got something. And Franklin Gutierrez says, yeah, you got something. That helps ruin Charlie Manuel's first trip to Cleveland since he was fired in 02. That and the final score, 10-1, will ruin that trip. Interesting against the Tigers after looking completely disinterested and overmatched early. Tigers' first game at RFK Stadium since 71. Top 5 bases loaded. Gary Sheffield base hit off Matt Chico, who's 3-0 at home this season, but he's down 5-1 after 2 score. Tigers took a 9-1 lead, but we go to the bottom of the 9th, 9-5. Runners on the corner. Christian Guzman triples off Todd Jones. Non-save opportunity, 2 score. Jim Leland talked about Jones not having the adrenaline going because it wasn't a save situation. And Jones' response, I'm a grown man. I know how to get ready for a game. Well, then it's time to get ready, brother. Felipe Lopez, next batter, and he scores Guzman. And all of a sudden, we've got a 1-run game, and the mascot's dancing, and the fans are believing. Dancing and believing. What a dress. 2 on, no outs. Dimitri Young, he's been killing the ball. And Jones kills him. And then Ronnie Belliard, last chance. Jones gets him. He said afterward, my job is to get the outs, and I got him. Tigers hang on to win 9-8. Well, that way now wayward. The O's with 9 consecutive below 500 seasons. A 10th appears imminent, and so is a change. Manager Sam Perlazzo given the pink slip. Baltimore 29-40. That's the 4th worst record in the Bigs. The team has lost 13 of its 15 games this month. Perlazzo replaced Lee Mazzilli after Mazzilli suffered a similar fate during the 05 midseason. John Kruk on the O's. Gene Tennis and Jose Rio not walking through that door. It's the 72-90 World Series revisited. Not really, but it does get us into the Reds. A's. I thought, oh, wait, no, it is revisited. We have the legal flashback to 90. The Reds sweep the A's in 4 games, and since the Game 4 victory in that World Series, the Reds are 0-6 against the A's. Of course, Rio, the MVP. Now, the A's have the best starting ERA in Major League Baseball at 3.09, and they had Joe Blanton. And, well, Josh Hamilton's a believer, and asked Brandon Phillips, and he says, I want no part of that. Blanton, 106 pitches, 76 strikes. He went 8 innings, 5 Ks, 1 earned, no walks. Mark Ellis off Kyle Loesch. He's 21 for 65 in 16 games since the birth of his son on June 1st. Said he's relaxed, man. A's win 6-1.
That's why we call it Top 10. At number 10, it's the Iceman Bill Howell. A converted infielder looking every bit like a quality center fielder. Nice diving catch as the Brewers beat the Giants 5-4.
Number nine, Twins, Mets at Shea. Carlos Beltran grounder to second. Luis Castillo goes fancy behind his back for the 4th. Well, the teams from the College World Series hope to be there next year. Cal Fullerton, UC Irvine, and Matt Morris, the hit. Josh Fellhauer, the gun. Taylor Holiday out. That saved the potential game-winning run. And, man, what a game this turned out to be.
At number 6, Alex Gordon. He's starting to come on here recently, starting to swing the bat. And look at him with the great stab and the throw to get so Taguchi. Royals get the win 5-3.
Told you we were going back.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't heard that one before. Marlins White Sox at number 3. Jermaine Dye, World Series MVP and former Hawaii Winter Leaguer, making the diving catch there and then making this catch here, having the presence of mind to get up and throw to first for the double play. And Ozzie, most exciting college baseball games we've ever seen, and it comes in the College World Series. Fullerton and Irvine, Clark Hardman the catch. Longest game in season.
Rockies for the first time since 2002. In 3 games that year, they scored 41 runs. Top second, facing Josh Fogg. Oh, you see, that's that thin air at Coors Field there.
That's what it was.
Singles up the middle. He'd later score 1-0 Yankees. In the third, runners at first and second. Fogg strikes out A-Rod to get out of the jam. Bottom 5 are now tied at 1. Matt Holliday, good piece of hitting there, going opposite field off Mike Mussina. Kaz Matsui scored, and the Rockies take a 2-1 lead. To the 6th, Fogg facing A-Rod again. And A-Rod goes down again. Fogg scattered 4 hits over 7 innings. He got some help offensively from Yorvik Torrealba. Just his 3rd homer of the year. It's a solo blast, and the Rockies take a 3-1 lead. But to the 8th, Yankees got something cooking. Manny Corpus walks Alex Rodriguez. Oh, boy. We have the bases loaded. I think you can go get him now. Clint Hurdle wants LaTroy Hawkins to face Jorge Posada, who started the game at first base. Posada grounds out to short, and that ends the inning. To the 9th, Rockies still clinging to that 3-1 lead. Brian Fuentes on to close. Runner at third, Miguel Cairo swinging and missing. Johnny Damon does the same. Fuentes gets his 19th save of the year. Fogg wins his first game at home as the Rockies win 3-1.
Giants and Brewers, you may have heard about the young phenom Tim Lincecum. Well, he wasn't so phenomenal in his last 3 starts. 16 earned runs. And then Lincecum walks Craig Counsell in the first. 2 on, nobody out. Dave Righetti comes out. I don't know what he said, but it wasn't walk the next guy, which is what Lincecum did. Puts Ryan Braun on. Then Ray Durham went to talk to him, and apparently Durham didn't get through either because he walks Prince Fielder. Corey Hart scores. Brewers go up 1-0 on 3 consecutive walks by Lincecum. They add 2 more runs with sac flies in the inning. Tough first inning for Lincecum. Second now, Corey Hart with a base hit off Lincecum. Then later in the inning, 2 on, Brewers up 4-0. Prince Fielder at the plate. Nasty breaking ball there for strike 1. And then inside with another breaking ball, this time for a ball. Then fastball right down the pike, and Fielder jumped on it like Rosie O'Donnell and Elizabeth Hasselbeck. Craig Counsell and Ryan Braun score. Lincecum 4 innings of work, 6 earned runs, and 4 walks. Meanwhile, Ben Sheets was chilling. 6-1 in his last 9 starts, facing Barry Bonds. Top 4. Got him with a high fastball. Bonds 0 for 3 with a walk. Top 6. Sheets gets him again. Brewers going to win at 6-2. Complete game for Sheets, his 13th of his career. He allowed just 6 hits. Giants are reeling. They've lost 6 in a row.
Red Sox taking on the Atlanta Braves. Big Poppy, 2 home runs this month. Here's number 3. Connects in the 4th inning off Tim Hudson. He was playing first base Tuesday. His 12th homer of the season, 1-0 Red Sox. To the 5th. Josh Beckett now. Remember, he spent some time in the National League. He knows how to use the lumber. Ropes a double off Hudson, who had lost his last 5 starts against Boston coming in. 2-0 Red Sox. It's now 3-0. Hudson trying to do something with a stick, but Coco Crisp is there. Great series thus far for Crisp. Remember, had 2 homers Monday and then this dazzling catch Tuesday in center field. Bobby Cox said there was just too much Beckett on Tuesday. 6th inning, Brian McCann, good connection here. Manny Ramirez runs it down. And nice little spin move there. Oh, Manny, you make me laugh. Beckett didn't return after a 48-minute rain delay. Boston wins 4-0. Beckett just the 2nd player in the bigs with 10 wins. Intriguing little matchup here. Sammy Sosa welcoming his old team, the Cubs, to Arlington. Did you know Sosa hit 545 homers for the Cubs, but he has never hit one against them. Of course, this was his first game against the Cubs.
Well, then that makes sense.
Yeah, looking for career homer number 600, trying to be the 5th player with at least that many all time. They were using special baseballs for the occasion. Might as well have been using wiffle balls. Swinging and missing against Sean Marshall, bottom 3. Take a picture to last longer. Sosa down again in the 5th, tied at 4. Sosa, more of the same. Strikes out for the 3rd time. Moved to the 6th inning. Derek Lee is appealing his 5-game suspension, facing Joaquin the Crippler Benoit with a runner at first. And that'll work. Doubles in a run, and the Cubs take a 5-4 lead. Same score, bottom 8. Sammy at the dish. He gets contact, but it is deep, but it is playable. Sammy Sosa, 0 for 4, struck out 3 times. Cubs win 5-4.
Reds and A's, Chad Godin unbeaten in his last 9 starts. Top 3rd, 3-0 Reds already. Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, what a sweet swing. 19th time that swing has produced a home run this year. 582 for his career. He's 1 behind Mark McGwire for 7th all time. 4-0 Reds. Brandon Phillips got nothing but glove for you. Deep in the hole. Homer Bailey covering first. Bailey 7 innings of work, 1 earned run and just 2 hits with plenty of help from Phillips. Flips to Alex Gonzalez. They turn the double play to win the 3rd inning. Bottom 4 man on first. Jack Cust right to Phillips. That ends the 4th inning, and the Reds going to win it 5-2.
Phillies and Indians. Here's a surprising stat as I was pouring through all the pregame notes.
Yeah.
Pat Burrell batting just 156 against left-handed pitchers. I mean, he's a right-handed batter with some pop. But here in the 1st, he connects off Jason Stanford. Grady Sizemore can't get to it. 2-run score. Phillies take a 3-0 lead on Burrell's 11th double of the season. Ryan Howard, problems as well with lefties. Just 205 against southpaws. Never mind. That's 451 feet of thunder off Stanford. His 16th of the year, and the Phillies have a 4-1 lead. But here come the Indians. Bottom 8, bases loaded for the Heartbreak Kid, Jason Michaels. Little sweet chin music to left, Johnny Peralta. Trot Nixon score, and the Indians pulled it within 1 at 6-5. But too much Ryan Howard. Went 3 for 5, 4 ribbies. He's got 18 of those in his last 16 games, and the Phillies go on to win 9-6 over the Tribe.
Mets at home with the Twins in town. Johan Santana doing his thing. At least 1 strikeout in 156 career starts, but they were hard to come by in this game. Jose Reyes over the first with a runner in scoring position. Santana still without a strikeout through 3. Now he's at the plate in the 5th. And check out the whack for Santana. Stand-up double for the pitcher. First double of his career. And his teammates are like, we didn't know you could do that. 3 batters later, Michael Kadire. Little chopper. David Wright. Not the throw he had in mind to first. Santana and Joe Mauer score Wright's 2nd error of the game. The Mets had 4 in all. It's always the glove's fault. Twins up by 9. Bottom 9, Santana still without a strikeout. He finally gets Paul LaDuca, his first and only strikeout of the game. And he gets Carlos Beltran to ground back to him. That's 2 outs, and then Wright, and that'll end it. You wish your car was as efficient as Santana was. Only 92 pitches for the 4th shutout of his career. Astros and Angels, Vladimir Guerrero looking at his 13-game home run drought. Bottom 1st, no score, 2 on, 1 out. Vlad. That's well hit. Hunter Pence is on the run. And he's got it. Reggie Willits tags and scores, though. Vlad, 1 for 4, did have a double and the RBI. Angels up 1-0. Top 3rd, Angels hanging on to a 3-0 lead. Carlos Lee off Bartolo Colon. No need to chase it. It's not coming back. 3-run shot. Lee's 12th of the year. Game tied at 3. Bottom 3rd, Gary Matthews Jr. That'll get through. Vlad coming around. We got a play at the plate. Ball gets away. Vlad safe. Angels up 4-3. Top 4. Astros down 5-3. Craig Biggio. Off the glove of Howie Kendrick. Eric Munson scores. That's 2,991 hits for Biggio. Astros cut it to 5-4. Could they come back again? Top 6. Pence. 2-run shot. Astros go up 7-5. And they go on to win it 9-5. Pence's 6th home run of the season. Top 10 plays. All these plays certified bueno. Arizona State, UC Irvine College World Series. Ollie Linton in the bottom of the 10th. Irvine wins again. Anteaters taking 8, 7, and 10 innings. They will play on into the Final Four in Omaha.
Norfolk, Virginia, Nathan's hot dog eating contest. The only woman in the field, 107-pound Juliette Lee, ate 26 franks in 12 minutes and finished it off with a Diet Coke. That's just
She was 150 pounds when she got done. Channing Frye, half-court shot Monday night at a charity event at Madison Square Garden. He never makes those kind of shots for the Knicks. That was worth $100,000 spread across 4 charities. I don't know if the Knicks count as a charity at this point.
In some circles, they are. At number 7, Carl Crawford, sinking liner to left. Eric Ben Smithers, great diving catch from the D-back.
Number 6, Royals and Cardinals. Mark Teahen tries to bunt. Scott Rowland says, no, you don't. Barehanded down the line, rolling in time. And the Cardinals going to win it 5-1.
Back to that D-raised D-backs game. Akinori Iwamura, deep center. Chris Young, over the shoulder. More coming from this game and more coming from Young.
Did you say more coming from that game? Well, here it is. Mark Reynolds down the line. There's Iwamura, a great diving play, a great throw to get Reynolds. And believe it or not, there is still even more coming.
What?
Yes.
At number 3, Josh Barfield up the middle. Jimmy Rollins. That's just, wow. I could not do that if you gave me 100 tries. That's a great spin and throw there.
All right, you saw Chris Young. We gave him some love for his glove, but he was good with the wood as well. 2-run walk-off home run. Remember, he had one against the Giants just a couple of weeks ago. The Diamondbacks win it 10-8 in 10 innings.